Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live special brought to you by GeneralsJoesReborn.com with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80. Yeah, it's all kicking off already. I thought I'd have at least tonight to just relax, chill out. No, Hasbro or Hasbro Pulse or the G.I. Joe brand team, whoever you want to blame it on, decided to drop another kind of teaser the night before. It is SDCC Eve, I guess, isn't it? Which is fun. I hope everyone's doing well in the comments. Shout out to everyone. Yeah, loads of you in. That's great. Brilliant. Right. We're going to be getting stuck into it with a few different things here because images are also starting to emerge from the setup state kind of phase of SDCC. We've got a pretty cool shot of the display cabinet for where it looks like the G.I. Joe HasLab is going to be displayed. There's an inkling on that one. And there's also another kind of product reveal from 3.0, which was randomly just accidentally, well, not accidentally leaked, but obviously the kind of board with the information on has been posted already. So yeah, let's get stuck into it then. First, we'll talk about those images first that have come out from SDCC, and I'm sure there's going to be loads more, obviously. But I'm just going to go live and risk it tonight. And then tomorrow, obviously, it's all going nuts. We've got the live stream in the morning, well, 11. We've got the EST. We've got the whole day of SDCC to look forward to. And then, of course, the panel later on in the evening. So I'm going to be going live to react to, I suppose, like all of the information we're aware of up until before the panel. And then I'm probably going to do the live early, then going to watch the panel, and then probably do a reaction the next day on Friday to that. But it's going to be difficult to keep up, I think. Or I just go really late on the whatever day it is. Maybe I'll just do a 2-a-days. We'll do a 2-a-days. I'll do one early and I'll do one late. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's get stuck into this news first before we get ahead of ourselves, which is I'm doing already. Yeah, let's do it. Yo, and there's also, yeah, I've nearly forgot. There's the Night Force, Walmart Night Force 2-pack pre-order going up tomorrow as well. Lols. So you got me tonight and you got me tomorrow like 17 times. When's the HasLab live stream? Probably when I get back from work, so around about like the 5 o'clock kind of time. So I'll do the first one at 5, and then once that's done, maybe do a little quick reaction to the panel that happens later that eve. So yeah, let's see how that works. I don't know. It might work. It might not. It might be rubbish. But maybe I'll hold it until the next day and we do like a roundup of the next day. Maybe just do like daily roundups. That probably makes more sense, doesn't it? We should crowdfund to just send Chris to SDCC every year. Yes, you should. That should happen. It's called the Patreon. When's the we've done that one. Chris, day off HasBro. No, says Carl. I am ready for SDCC, Mr. Roper, but I'm also not ready for it at all. Yikes. I'm definitely ordering the new Night Force 2-packs as realism. Yeah, me too. Anyway, let's get stuck into this. So yeah, we've had these beautiful kind of like propaganda posters that the HasLab team have been kind of posting on their socials in the lead up to their HasLab. We've had Cobra Commander and the Baroness, of course, and but before we get into that, let's talk about images coming out of SDCC right now, courtesy of Protoman on X or Twitter. Usually I say Twitter. I don't want to say X, although I feel like it's happening and there's not much we can do about it. Either way, go check out Protoman on Twitter. And he's been posting loads of images from the floor and a video from the Transformers booth and like the Transformers. I think Mark from Transformers he's been talking to. So he's got lots of like nice little images, loads of like nice little kind of clips and videos and stuff. Go check him out. It's SDCC Eve. It is. Yeah. So here is the first kind of like bit of leaked information. Not leaked information. It's not really leaked, is it? I suppose it's out there for people to see, and they knew it was going to happen. Yes, 30 are doing a Baroness figure, 1/6 Baroness, so 12-inch, right? Yeah. Of course, it's 30. Um, and it looks like this is in the Hasbro Pulse section as well, so it's very likely going to be available on Pulse, if not a Pulse exclusive. We'll have to see what that's about. But I'm sure I think they have been available on Pulse in the past, haven't they? The 30 figures. So I think that's just why they're doing the product reveal at the Pulse booth. But yeah, that's just a little kind of board image on the in the background. I imagine the figure will probably be on show during the convention. So I imagine images will start coming out of that soon as well. It's going to be interesting how it's going to be handled with all of the information coming out, because it's usually the case of tons of images come out and you're just kind of sifting through trying to find the GI Joe stuff. And some people are kind of like posting specifically Joe, some people are posting specifically other brands, and it just gets to the point sometimes where you miss things very easily. And I missed quite a lot last year, and didn't catch it until after it was reposted like a ton of times. It's like, oh, they're doing that, I didn't know. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things where you just got to really keep a close eye on everything. And there's going to be lots of products from lots of different companies who have obviously got the license for Joe as well, so that is exciting. Anyway, I imagine 30 might also be revealing not just the Baroness, but maybe even more. Last year we had Cobra Commander and Destro, didn't we? So I wouldn't be surprised if we got Baroness and somebody else, basically. But yeah, so that's the first bit of news coming out of SDCC already. And then this is an absolute beauty of a shot. This is the display cabinet for what is very likely the HasLab. I don't know what's given me that idea. Maybe it's the massive Designed by HasLab logo. Maybe it's the fact it's a runway. I don't know. Like, pick any of those as options. Just having a stupid thought. Is the number significant? It is, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's on the Rattler. Bear with me 2 seconds. Get off. There we go. Where is it? No, it's not actually. It's not on there, is it? For some reason, I thought that number was appeared on it. So I know it's like that weird Z or Z, as you guys call it, with the 0 and the 6, and the 41 on the nose. So not really anything that really relates to that, is it? No, don't think it is. It'd have been, yeah. So anyway, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant at this stage. Oh, did it come out in 84? It most certainly did. There you go. That's the significant number. Thank you, Pastor Progi. That's why it says 84 on there. Clearly, it is a runway for what I'm almost 1,000,000,000% certain is the Rattler. I mean, let's face it. Yeah, it's a Rattler in it. Let's face it. Right now, I just wanted to show this image because, again, it's kind of exciting. I really like it when they do big diorama display sort of situations, and yeah, and I can't wait for the reveal of the HasLab so they can put it on in that display. Now, it's very likely then at this stage, I would imagine that 11 o'clock comes around, we get the live stream, and the live stream is about the HasLab. That HasLab then goes live, what have you, and they stick the model in that display cabinet around that time, and boom, shakalaka, it goes nuts. Then also on top of that, I'm fully expecting like the panel maybe later in the evening to be where we're going to see some promo images of other things that aren't necessarily Rattler related. But you never know. There might also, it might be a live stream that's got like, multiple things going on. It's possible that's the case. So we could have all your name onlys and your digital renders and all that kind of stuff, as well as the HasLab reveal. But I don't know. I feel like it might just be HasLab only in that live stream in the morning. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, speaking of all these, and why we think it's the Rattler, of course, we've been having these little promo kind of like marketing posters, propaganda posters pop up like in the lead up to that the new HasLab reveal. Cobra Commander was the first one with an "I want you," and then obviously that what do you call it? That logo of the that appears on the Rattler, the kind of Cobra Air Force logo, that very prominent on the Rattler, the vintage Rattler anyway. And that, you know, again, we kind of had an inkling prior to this that it would be the Rattler based on conversations from last year's show going all the way to today. Um, Conversations and interviews and what have you with the Hasbro, with the G.I. Joe brand team, um, like little kind of hints and clues, and like, you know, BMAC was a big one where he had the logo on his shirt and was also talking about, you know, like kind of being very, I don't know, very obviously pointing towards it being a Rattler. So I think it's one of those kind of the worst kept secret in the Joe fandom sort of situations we're dealing with. Of course there were other aspects like the prepare for launch situation, classified series left, right and center in the hashtags and everything. So we knew it was what it was going to be from pretty much earlier than day one. Then, of course, we had the Baroness and the Rosie the Riveter sort of style. And this is where we actually got a reveal of the date or the dates for the campaign period of time. So July 25th, obviously, we actually had the date, the opening date on the previous poster. And they'd already revealed it, I think, at that point anyway, with information about what was happening on the 25th. So that was just all kind of almost came together around about the same time. But then we got the end date. We got September the 9th. So we got that period of time kind of laid out for us straight away. So yeah, that was the next kind of clue. And then, of course, like BMAX also reposting these things, and he's saying things like join the Cobra Air Force and stuff like that. So things are very clearly aimed towards a aerial vehicle. You know, some people kind of weighing up: could it be the Raven? Could it be this? Could it be that? No, it's the Rattler in it. Let's face it. And so we had those two, and then we got this one today: Peace Through Power. And this really does kind of heavily hint, without saying anything, heavily hints towards the Rattler in two clear things. Here, obviously, they're continuing that the logo situation. Boom, there you go. So we're seeing that Air Force logo again, absolutely as expected. And on top of that, oh, on top of that, Wheels Up is mentioned in the blurb. So I believe the time is imminent for Wheels Up on our little endeavor. Something that is said, you know, Wheels Up, you know, as in the time, you know, we're about to go. And obviously Wheels Up is a term utilized a lot for, you know, kind of like aerial missions. I can't think of the word. I can't think of any of the words. But when like a team goes out in the, you know, the C-130 Hercules or something, for example, and they're like, right, it's wheels up at 10, and they have to be there at 10 because that's when the plane's going to be wheels up. So there you go. That is another nice little hint. But then, of course, there's this in the background, this beautiful kind of it's almost like the red and white stripes of the American flag, to a degree, with all of the kind of silhouettes of what are clearly Rattlers, and that is probably the biggest hint so far. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty much everything. The HasLab obviously is happening tomorrow. We all are expecting the Rattler, it's safe to say. And that is pretty much going to happen, I think. But what we don't really know is exactly what is coming with said Rattler and all the tiers and all that kind of stuff. Now, we have had, and this was kind of, again, this was talked about previously on previous episodes regarding the kind of leaks and stuff on Reddit, images that kind of like appeared. You know, first off, this from Rick Van Dam on Reddit. These images kind of like popped up that was showing what looked like obviously a mood board or like ideas, kind of design ideas, sort of kind of document. initially, is what I kind of actually thought it was, where you have examples of things to show this is what these could be the features, and then a visual aid. These could be the decals, and then a visual aid. We want a Cobra paratrooper with parachute, but they don't have that done yet, so they throw in the retaliation um, parachute. And then, of course, you've got Tier 2 ground crew and Tier 3 Strato Viper Raven. Now, it turned out that this image and ultimately images that came out a bit later on, including this little section here of images, were from a focus group that, again, some kind of fortunate people got to be involved with, and were kind of given these kind of options in the lead up to another HasLab around the corner. So when they do these focus, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a lead time on this, isn't it? You're not talking like a week beforehand. You're talking like, almost probably over a year in advance, when they're dropping these kind of questions to people, maybe even more than that. And this kind of phase is like, them getting good market research or ideas on what the fans want, or what a cross section of people want when it comes to HasLabs, vehicles, characters, that kind of stuff. Now, on this one, we have like three kind of slightly different designs for the Rattler. Again, like C, M, and F. And we obviously, these people whoever it was, were given these images as options to choose. Personally, I would probably go with C on that one. I think M is a little bit too elongated in the nose, and F is a little bit too crazy, kind of, for me. Like the wing tips, almost as if the wings are kind of inverted a little bit, and there's too many weapon systems going on. That the gun's a bit more too complicated for me. So I feel like C would be the way to go for me personally. That said, we also got obviously images of these kind of breakdowns again, and then there's that image showing up again, the dramatic blast effect with light up effects. Image is showing up again. I don't think they've got anything to do with the final product. I think everything we're looking at here is stuff that exists in some other form and is being used as a visual aid to help, just basically to help illustrate their ideas of what they want to include with this particular HasLab. Obviously, it looks like, fingers crossed, it looks like, based on some of these things they've got for features, we're likely to see the pivoting wings, which, I mean, without that, what's the point? Because that is the whole selling point for a Rattler at the end of the day. The blast effects that maybe light up as well, or even just lights and blast effects. It could just be that, or they could well and truly stick light up blast effects in there, which is kind of cool as well, in my opinion. Obviously, you light up cockpit and pilot controls, a stand, and many armaments to get stuck into. So basically what we have here, like I said, is simply possible things that we could see in the Rattler tomorrow. It's obviously, again, I mean, I keep saying that as if it's fact and confirmed. I will say it hasn't been fully confirmed at all yet. Nothing is until tomorrow morning, but it's so obvious. I just feel like there's no point in me kind of tippy-toeing around it. Anyway, so we're not. It's not like we're going to see that exact image in the bottom left-hand corner. We're not. That's something that's helping to illustrate the idea. Same with all of these images. And again, it was posted and then corroborated by multiple different people who were involved in similar or the same focus groups, that these were either images they saw or images very similar when they did their focus group about something else. So there you go. That's pretty much it, I believe, on the speculative stuff and the, what we could expect. I wanted to do also like a kind of like, my premonitions, my kind of like predictions for what we might see tomorrow in terms of like, your name only, well, not name onlys, because that could be anything and anybody, but digital renders, We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what I think we're going to see for pre-order, what figures might be kind of being revealed or released or shown off, what have you. And then we'll also talk about, well, that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything you'd expect to see in a panel. Yeah. Official SDCC Rattler photos leaked yet, says FC Viper. Not that I'm aware of, and I don't know if they will. They usually keep a pretty tight lid on that, don't they? I don't think we had anything prior to the Hiss tank, and I'm pretty sure we had nothing prior to the Dragonfly either. Yeah, I think they both got away with it. So I don't think we're going to be seeing anything HasLab related. Is the panel being live streamed, Modest Toy Collector? Well, it is by Articulated Points. So they'll be there, and Phil will be filming the panel. So you can go and subscribe to Articulated Points right this second. Yeah, you'll be able to watch it via Phil Donnelly and Articulated Points. What else? And that panel, by the way, is at 5 p.m. West Coast, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Yikes. Right. So what am I expecting? Now, based on this information here, obviously we know that Night Force Falcon and Quarrel will be going up for pre-order tomorrow for Walmart, and also they will appear on Hasbro Pulse in small quantities at the same time, yada, 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 for premium members, I'd imagine, as well. Did Phil confirm if his channel got the view limit raised? Yes, Ben. Phil didn't. Pat did. We did. We were on the show, and we managed to get 1,000. We managed to get them to 1,000 in the chat, basically, which was really good because they were really close to it anyway, and they're beyond that now. So the viewing limit has been raised, and people will be able to watch pretty much no issues with limits there. Yeah. So with that said, obviously that's a given. Night Force Falcon and Quarrel is a given. Nemesis Immortal is one that we're definitely going to see. Whether it will be a pre-order or not is to be, you know, if I had to predict it, would it be a pre-order or would it just be more information? I think it would be like promo images. They'll show the figure off properly. They'll do all that kind of good stuff, and that could either be one of those things where this will be a future pre-order, or this goes up for pre-order later on at whatever time, yada yada yada. Right. So I could definitely see Nemesis Immortal in there, obviously, because they've even said that we're going to see more of that again. Or they might just have Nemesis Immortal in the display cabinet on the SDCC floor. They might have that too. Road Pig and Pitbull is almost effectively been kind of like, what's the word, like, not, yeah, I suppose it was leaked. We like some like retailers, wholesalers, etc., have been able to order Road Pig and Pitbull and Raptor, a Deluxe Raptor. So it's likely that those two are probably going to go up as well. Probably pre-orders, and we'll see promo images, and we'll see all that kind of good stuff. So at the moment, I think all of those that we haven't seen yet that aren't in green, Night Force Falcon and Quarrel, obviously they're going up. Nemesis Immortal will be shown off at least and discussed. And so there I'm expecting at least promo images and the figure on, you know, on the show floor. Road Pig and Pitbull and Raptor as pre-orders proper. Starduster might even be revealed at the show as well, and because again that's a PulseCon exclusive. They've done that in the past where they revealed the Baroness and Crimson Twins 3-pack. So they might probably do the same thing again with Starduster, have him in the display, just to kind of like wet your whistle for PulseCon. And there might even be more information about it, what, you know, he comes with. You know, the panel might have like a render for him, and then they might go and just reveal have the figure on the show floor, etc., just like they did last year with the Baroness and Twins 3-pack. So that's a possibility, and that's something these are all my predictions. These are all things I think might and probably will happen. Obviously, Once a Man Cobra Commander is the exclusive. That's going to go up no matter what. We'll have your even more promo images, I imagine, and we've already seen it. We already know what's going on. We know the deal. It's kind of, you know, already sorted there. So I think that section on the listings there are all going to be seen, right? Now, continuing on, Whip Snakes 2-pack I still think it's probably going to be the Steel Core Commander 2-pack, right? The figures that we've seen in the Iron Grenadiers promo images. So I feel like they could be on display very comfortably. Like that could be something, almost a certainty as well that they'll be on display. that they'll be on display. And again, I think based on the fact we've kind of seen them already, means that we'll probably see them again tomorrow, either in the display cabinet, up for pre-order, whatever it may be. I think a lot of the stuff is going to be going up, in and around Once a Man Cobra Commander in the HasLab, because they love just dropping stuff all over the place and making us pay trillions of dollars for the luxury. Cheers. I will get to some of your comments in a second, guys. I'm just getting through this section. And then, of course, now, Rough and Ready, the female Action Marine sniper and the Halo jumper, have apparently landed in the US, courtesy of Jedi Jaybird. Was it? Is it Jedi Jaybird that posts that? I'm just double check because I don't want to get it wrong. It might be 80s Toy Boy. I can't remember off the top of my head. He only posted it the other day, and I've already forgotten. But anyway, yeah, multiple things have landed in actual fact, haven't they? On the US shores, and it was indeed Jedi Jaybird on Twitter, that X. Rough and Ready have arrived in the US, so that's the 60th figures, and HB Zorak and Deluxe Starduster as well, which is amazing. Yeah, so that's impressive. Chris says Doc just shipped today. Doc's behind me. He's behind this little thing over here. I got him already. So you're just late to the party there, Chris. So that's these are promising kind of things for what we might see during the show as well. Because if they're mentioned that they're landing, it's quite possible that it's quite possible that we'll see them either, displayed, pre-orders, what have you. We'll see them during the show, almost certainly. And then, of course, you've got to take into consideration that we'll have PulseCon and 1027. So I still think there's going to be more product to see towards the end of the year as well. And it is just bonkers, isn't it? Right, let's get to some of these questions before I move on to the next panel. Starduster got to be shown, says Detective Dirty. Damien Ristori's asked, what water-based vehicles would I like? Moray, whale, devilfish, hydro sled. I know that's basic as anything, but I think that'd be kind of a fun, if they, that'd be a fun one to have with a couple of eels on it up inside. Yeah. But yeah, I'd love that. And then, of course, the shark would be awesome. Pretty much all of them then, really, isn't it? Stanley says, I think HasLab is a pre-recorded morning to have it displayed on the floor before. Yes, it is going to be pre-recorded at 100%. They all are now. They don't do actual lives. It's all pre-recorded. But yeah, and one of the main reasons for this one being pre-recorded is because none of them are there. They're at SDCC themselves completely. So yeah, that wouldn't really make any sense. Why wouldn't Nemesis Enforcer go up for pre-order? Raptor Road Pig should all go up together, right? I'm not saying, well, mainly because there's more of the year left, and some of it has to be spread out. Some of it has to be over other periods, and we're running out of things to, to kind of have pre-orders for. So I've got it's just a, an educated guess, I would say, Mr. Cheeseburger, based on precedent. Like things that have happened in the past that kind of inform us in the now times. So that's why I would say he wouldn't go up for pre-order, but he might go up for pre-order. I also mentioned that. I said there's a possibility he can. Footloose was 2025 question, says Ice X Mikey. Yes, he was. Footloose is here. He's actually in the second wave of retail figures for 2025. So he will probably be in that kind of period between the start of the year and summer. I think that's right, isn't it? Because I feel like Xandar, Saw Viper, Leatherneck, and Dial Tone are likely to go up at the end of 2024, but are like in hand in 2025. And then at the start of at the start of the year, we don't really usually get anything until like February time, sometimes even March. And then I think that's where we'll see Frag Viper, Blowtorch, whatever the other person is in Flanders. That's what I would expect, in terms of how they lay it out throughout the year. Anywho, digital render of Blowtorch also would make my day. There's a possibility of that. There is, because so obviously, let's think about this, right? If they sometimes do digital renders on the same day that they reveal something as well. Like we've seen it on a live stream where they've gone, here's a digital render of this one, and then it's revealed. Like here it is pre-order. What I can't remember which one that was. There was one that was real rapid, and it didn't even give me an opportunity to kind of like talk about was it Big Boa? Something like, I can't remember, one of them like that anyway, where they literally showed us the render and then it was like for pre-order, like at the end of the friggin' live stream. So anyway, they have done that in the past, but I think when it comes to kind of digital render section of the live stream or the panel, I expect Xandar, Saw Viper, Leatherneck, Dial Tone. I expect Saw Viper and Dial Tone already done. So Leatherneck and Xandar, and then I expect any that aren't like out pre-orders, that kind of thing. But that's the other thing as well. They could show a bunch of renders in the live stream, and then obviously later on in SDCC, all those figures are out and on the show floor and all that kind of stuff. So that's another possibility too. But I would expect Xandar and Leatherneck for sure. And then if we haven't seen them by whenever, Starduster, maybe the 60th figures, maybe what else have we got? Everything else I can see going up. So yeah, maybe they do dip into Grandpa Bart and Flanders. Maybe we do see that wave of renders as well, possibly. Who knows? Again, they've got a lot of things still to do this year. So we've got SDCC, then we've got PulseCon, then we've got 1027. There's usually something like a little one in between the 1027 and the end of the year. What was it last year? It was the Vamp, wasn't it? It was something like that. There was like a random drop that kind of was like a vehicle, and I think it was the Vamp. So yeah, there's lots of like, it's hard to really gauge because sometimes like it feels like the amount of figures changes a lot. We had that whole period of that the end of the year before last where it was like all heavy weighted. So at the end of the year, so we had like it was like they condensed an entire year's worth of product into like 6 months. So yeah. What we're saying in the comments before I move on. Tiger Force 2-pack, yeah, that's behind me as well. I'm excited to get into that. Is anyone else excited to get the Dragonfly because it comes with all those great figures? Yes, and yes. I'm excited to get the Dragonfly anyway, and the incredible excited bonus of those amazing figures is just an extra bonus for me. Like it's just I'm so stoked for that. I really am. I've always loved the Dragonfly. The fact we're getting Glenda, and then of course Crazy Legs and Ripcord are dope too. And the fact they've got so much gear and they look so cool, and there's a parachute option. Yeah, it's going to be dope. I hope Lenny didn't forget to bring Dial Tone for display. I'm sure. If Dial Tone is ready, even at like that model stage, they'll be in that display cabinet. I think just reading them out. I've already gone through some of these. Spirit and Lowlight just shipped. Yes, they did. If your mine shipped yesterday, I think. Cobra Raft. Oh yeah, the Night Landing, Sean. Yes, that would be a great water-based one, definitely. I'm ready for the Cobra Claw to come out. I always associate that to Cobra Commander. Yeah, because of the intro to the movie, Mr. Cheeseburger, the famous the Revenge of Cobra. I believe he rocks one of those as well, doesn't he, at the beginning? And or maybe it's the Master Vice. I can't remember which miniseries it is. And then there's the comic that he shows up. He the comic cover. Yeah, there's loads of like associations with the Claw and Cobra Commander. Loads. Battle Bunker, yeah. Chris, I hope they get more of that set because they sold out recently. Which set's that, Stygian? The Tiger Force 2-pack. Having a hard time finding the Tiger Paw and Wreckage. Keep going, you'll find it. It'll come out eventually. I mean, it'll appear eventually, and then we won't, be able to move for them. DHL has my Tiger Force 2-pack, and it's 4 days late as of now. No, Kevin, that sucks. My dock is sitting in KC from BBTS. Should be Saturday or Monday. Sweet, Derek. What we saying? 1 hour till the doors open at SDCC. Oh yeah, it's like a preview night, isn't it? We'll be finishing this soon, and then I'll just be posting images all night long, probably. I've got 4 orders out from Pulse. I can't track anything since they've changed their site. That's a shame, Derek. I haven't had an issue with that, honestly. I haven't had an issue with that at all. Everything's been pretty smooth for me. Just to rub it in. I should be getting TF Roadblock and Tripwire Friday, says Derek. Yeah, I can't wait to get. Can't wait to open mine. It's behind me right now. Sabir Del Norte says, I did get the Tiger Force Roadblock and Tripwire on Sunday, walked into a Bronx neighborhood Target and picked that up easy breezy. It was in the back. They won't stock classified on shelves in Target in NYC. That's interesting. I've yet to see Tiger Paw in my Target. Yeah, I haven't. The only one I've seen has been in the back room. Cool. Right, sorry, I'm just catching up. I want a Law and Order 2-pack, says Tom. I'm sure it'll happen soon. Sorry, I'm gonna have to zip through these quickly. I was thinking the Cobra Fang for classified. As for the Joes, needs more vehicles, maybe a playset like the Outpost Defender or HAL, says Robert. I mean, I think I could see any of those happening. Metalhead, what's Metal? Oh, Metalhead, David, was the one that was revealed as a render, and then we saw it immediately afterwards. I don't recall it being Metalhead, but that's maybe if that might be the case. The HasLab gonna fun tomorrow. I hope so, Detective. I hope it's a quick one. No, Chris, all night stream. Okay, we'll probably do 2 episodes on tomorrow, I'd imagine. So they're going to do 60th anniversary Coast Guard and Space Force. That'd be hilarious. I've already ordered 2 rattlers in my head, says Hydrus. It'll be a nightclub Force stream, Carl. Yes, it will be tomorrow night, definitely. Very late as well, because I have to put some images on it. Won't be pointless otherwise. So that'll take me a while. And plus, there's like that little period of time after they've finished where you go back to the booth and things are being shown off and put in the display cabinet and what have you. So it's like there's going to be loads of images I'm going to have to wait for a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, right. So that's my thoughts for tomorrow. I feel like there's lots of options, lots of opportunity to have figures, kind of like for pre-order and everything, but I just don't know if we're going to get everything at once because we have run out of 2024 listings. Maybe they keep the 60th figures for kind of like PulseCon or 1027, or maybe the fact that they've already hit shores in the US means that we're going to be seeing them tomorrow as well, which again would be cool. Go for it. The more the merrier. It might be like revealed tomorrow, and pre-orders go up later. That's another possibility as well. But yeah, there's so much. When will Once a Man go on sale? Says Von Hayes. They've put that information out in multiple places, I believe. Let me just see where the last post I made on that particular situation was. That was a while back now. That was like 700 posts ago because, the news comes thick and fast in the G.I. Joe world nowadays, doesn't it? It's unbelievable. Like where the brand has gone, it's just mind-blowing. It's really enjoying a kind of very healthy kind of period of time in, like, Skybound, and more movies on the horizon, and just all sorts of stuff like that. It's crazy. And the Classified series as well being super popular. Where are you, Cobra Commander? Anyway, I can't remember exactly when I can't, like, time wise, but it is specified in the SDCC kind of like information. God, I just could never find anything when I need to find it, and that really bugs me. Anyway, anywho, you'll have to check the SDCC. Let me just check that website again. Let me just search Facebook, because that would be easier. I want to put Once a Man, see if anything comes up. Yeah, that came up, the posts and everything. Right, here we go. Here we go. Articles, Bosch. I think it'll be in here, or the information for it will be in here. No, it doesn't tell you exact time. But you basically, when it's going to be when the doors open, isn't it? You go in there, you as a person that's kind of like, as an attendee, you have to get like a code, all that kind of jazz. It's not simple. And then, man, what was the last post I made on that? It's going to drive me mad. I hate when I can't find things easily. Anyway, people in the chat, do people in the chat know the exact time you can pick it up? To answer your question, I don't know exactly, but I imagine it's effectively as soon as the doors open, isn't it? Oh, on Pulse, you mean? On Pulse. It's afterwards. It goes up on Pulse after the show. It's like the day later or whatever, usually. And they'll tell you at the end of there'll be like a post to say, this will be going up on whatever time in the week, kind of thing. So have no fear. It will go up after the day. It's a few days afterwards, the show usually. We don't know what time it will go up because they haven't been told yet. Usually it's around like 11 a.m. Is it something like that? 11 to 1, something along those lines. But we don't have a time for it. We don't have a day for it yet. They say in the blurb it'll go up on Pulse after SDCC. So once SDCC is done, it's like a day or two after the fact. They inform you beforehand. It doesn't just go up and you're like, what? So they'll make a kind of post, or Emily will say, actually, more likely in the panel or in any of the interviews, and then you'll get the heads up, and then you'll be able to plan accordingly. But there is no specific time or date at this moment in time. Last year it was like, I want to say it was like the Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Was it the Tuesday after the show, guys? I think it was when they went up on Pulse. It was something like that. I remember the Mindbender one was hilarious because someone posted the QR code online, and loads of people just jumped in with that QR code and were able to order it on Pulse, no problems, no questions asked. It's like nobody at the con actually managed to get one because loads of people online managed to get them. That's hilarious to me. And that's how I got my Mindbender. Thank you very much. By that posted QR code. I think Travis Moody of Toy Kind of Mood fame posted it, and that's the one I yoinked. But yeah, they've changed how it works since then, so you can't really do that anymore. It was Tuesday, wasn't it, Jedi Ben? I was sure. I could have sworn it was. It's already selling on eBay for 200 or more. That's why it doesn't exist yet in anyone. That's crazy. What do you think a good price to pay for a Dragonfly from a flipper? That's a good question. I think they'll use, like, so for example, right, if it's $299.99, they'll usually go for like 100 to 200 more. So you probably be kind of, yeah, like a flipper's gonna try and get the most out of that. But it's gonna be yeah, how it was 274, wasn't it? Sorry, my bad. It was 27499. So because of that, or 2799, I can't remember exactly. 27499. So it probably, yeah, you're in the kind of like 400 to 500 range still, I think. For the Dragonfly. Sorry, I was thinking like an idiot. I was thinking the HasLab that hasn't happened yet. I was thinking the Rattler. But no, yeah, the actual Dragonfly, yeah, we know how much that was. So 27499. So yeah, I think you're talking. eh, It also depends on a few things, doesn't it? It depends on how, like, how people react to it in hand. Is it one of those things that's blowing people's minds? And the fact that we don't get it till December now means that we aren't gonna know for a while. But yeah, I think like a good price from a flipper would be about $350. Unfortunately, they're more expensive than that. So yeah, I imagine like you'll probably they'll be pushing $500. I'd imagine to try and get hold of a Dragonfly now. Plus, the figures are so dope as well. That's going to really cause issues. The Night Force 2-pack is on Walmart app and will be live at 7 a.m. I think. I don't think it's that early, is it? Is it 7 a.m.? Whereabouts in the world are you? I thought it was a 10 a.m. job or a 9 a.m. job where we are. But yeah, the link is actually the link for it is actually still on our Instagram links. If you go on our Instagram page, 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you. That's right. Okay, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay, I got scared there, but I'm on the East Coast, so 10 a.m. for me. Yes. So the actual link for it, probably, I don't think will probably change. I'm also having a look online while we're on stream at the moment because I've got a funny feeling we're going to see more images appear. So I'm just keeping a cheeky eye out. I used to have this really fun. I used to love Twitter before it turned into X and an absolute dumpster fire of an app. I can't even I feel like I can't even cultivate it anymore. I can't even cut out the stuff I don't even like. I'll say not interested, not interested, not like constantly. Just stop showing me this horrible. It's like just all the horrible videos all the time. So like people getting shot in the face and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to see this. Thanks. So like I'm literally like doing this all the time, and they just keep trying to force it on you. It's horrible. I even get this. I even said, I think an Elon Musk tweet came up, and I went to click not interested, and I chose not interested in Elon Musk, and guess what? His tweets keep coming up on or his exes keep coming up on my thing, and I'm like, for goodness sake, I just said no. So anyway, it's not the best app if for that kind of stuff. But obviously, we have been on there for so long now, and we've got like quite a decent following that I'm finding it really difficult to just be like, do you know what I mean? And there are good people on there, and when shows are on, loads of images come out. Twitter's great for that. And what I used to have set up was I used to have TweetDeck on my computer, which was a really cool app, which has gone now, or it kind of came back, went again. It's weird. So TweetDeck was really cool because you could have like multiple different things. You could have different columns on your screen that would be different things, like different pages you ran. Different, one could be like just your inbox, like messages. One could be just tweets about this, tweets about that. So you could like specify just GI Joe, just classified, just that kind of stuff. And it was wicked. And I would I'd have it open and it would be like moving around real quick, like it was like some sort of like sexy stock exchange sort of thing going on, and I knew what I was doing. But no, it was wicked. And if there was ever a con on, I would just put in like SDCC GI Joe as like a search or something like that, or just have SDCC and GI Joe columns, and you just be seeing the posts and the images and all that kind of stuff coming up. And it was really cool. It felt like you were right there at the second these things were happening. and I really enjoyed that. And now, forget about it. Like I can't even get it on my. I can't even get. There isn't like a desktop version of it anymore. I don't think. I'm not that I've checked for a while, honestly. Um, anyway, yeah. So it's been really it's been a shame. So I really just post on Twitter X, and other than that, I'll kind of like I've got people that I follow, like because obviously for the information, like Preternia is really good, Jedi Jaybird's really good, like that 80s toy boy. Paige Wagner, one of the Wag Bros, he's on there too. He's got great posts as well. Just like like Paul Pamphilo and Plastic Battles. I will follow specific things on there, and I ever see their posts? No, because it's all usually buried in like terrible crap all the time. Sorry, I'm just checking again. I'm just keeping an eye on things just in case I see anything cool. Phil's there already. Phil and Eben. Hello, Phil and Eben. Hope you're doing really well. They're just sending me images of them there already. So hopefully we'll get some images from them and we'll be able to post those as they come through. Videos, whatever we can find out. We'll be trying to keep on top of everything, of course. Kind of surprised you're not in the exhibit hall, Chris. I know, Jason, I'd love to be, but it's just, life is not helping in that sense at the moment. Joe Barrett has just jumped on. What is 7 a.m. PST? We were just talking about the Night Force 2-pack. It's 10 a.m. for the East Coast. It'll go up for pre-order on Walmart online and Hasbro Pulse, of course, in small quantities, and 7 a.m. Pacific. Okay, and 9 Central. We need a moray with early bird. Do we, HoloNet One? Do we? I don't have Twitter anymore, says Wolf Raider. I kind of wish I didn't. Classified river otters. You've been pushing that for a while, Stanley. We'll see what we can do on that one, but that's not really up to me. I've never had Twitter, could not be happier, says Derek. Yeah, I kind of wish we'd never kind of built any sort. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, it's good for some things, but honestly, the feed, forget about it. I'm not going to enjoy myself looking at that feed because it is just horrible stuff all the time. And it's not even that thing of like, well, we know what you like, so we're gonna, because I don't like that stuff and I'm constantly choosing it. Not interested, get off, don't want it, get off. Any kind of specific, I don't know, just lots of stuff like that. I'm just not a fan of that on my Twitter feed. I kind of want to keep that, especially the Full Force one. I want to keep that so like just the things I need to know straight away. Like when, and that's the other thing, it will be like someone will send me a message saying, oh, have you seen this? They've just posted this. It's like Super 7 or it's Hasbro, Pulsar posted it. I go on and look, and Facebook does it as well. First post, something random that has nothing to do with anything I've ever looked at or wanted to care about in my entire life. And then I'll scroll down, nothing. Refresh, scroll, Super 7. It's like, finally. And it's G.I. Joe related. It's like the algorithm has not picked up on anything here, has it? Like, it hasn't picked up on the fact that this is what I follow and also specifically on purpose want to see things about. Same thing for Hasbro Pulse. Like, it takes a while for it to just be like there on the top. And I'm like, why? This is obviously something I need to see immediately. How has the algorithm not picked up on that? All I post, all I repost, all I ever do on that page is Hasbro Pulse, G.I. Joe socials, Super 7, hot, Mezco, 30, all the companies, right? Constantly, even Trick or Treat Studios. I didn't see those. I had to scroll to see this Trick or Treat Studio stuff. It's driving me mad. Anyway, that's by the by. We are obviously we've nearly finished. We've actually, I can't believe we've been talking for an hour. I've probably just been talking for an hour about how much I hate Twitter, haven't I? Really. Anyway, yeah. Cobra Barracuda for Classified. Damien, that's a good shout. That is a good shout indeed. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think we're there. Okay, so name only reveals. Quickly run through these like we never do. We never talk about this, do we? We've never seen this graphic ever in our lives. I feel like I feel like all I do is just say the same things over and over again. Stanley says, "What time do I plan to go live tomorrow?" So I'm at work, so I won't get back till probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So my aim is to go 5 o'clock initially, but it'll be more likely 5:30. And if that, that'll be the first thing, and we'll be talking about what's happened during the day, and then we'll finish. I'll get all excited and ready for the panel. Watch that on Articulated Points. See if there's any, I'll be reposting things, of course, and posting images and what have you. But then, as soon as it's over, I'll be making a decision on whether to go live. Honestly, but I probably will. We'll talk about the panel quickly. We'll go through some of the main talking points, and then I'll call it a night and probably collapse. And then, do another day recap on Friday, do another day recap on Saturday after the weekly. I'm also hoping that Footloose doesn't get revealed in any way, shape, or form, because I still haven't done Let's Talk Classified Footloose, but I've done lots of graphics already. I just haven't finished it. I was hoping to do it on Monday. No, that was scuppered with the news burst I had to do. Same for Tuesday. Same for tonight. So yeah, I'm kind of up that creek. And if they do reveal Footloose, I'll still do Let's Talk Classified Footloose, but we'll have images to look at the actual Footloose. So it'll be a different type of show, but we'll talk about the history of the character, and then we'll look at the figure for Classified. So even if we don't do what could we be expected to see, we'll just be looking at the actual figure. That's really, I don't want to have to scratch all the work I've already done. It just feels like I would want to top myself. So I think that I'll just pivot on whatever happens. If we see Footloose, it will be Let's Talk Classified Footloose, even though we know what he's going to look like. And if we don't see him, bonus, I can continue with the episode I'd planned. Okay, cool, sweet. Cheers. So Stardust we'll probably see, whether it be render or actually in physical form in the display, what have you. I could see that happening. Both of those things happen, actually. Footloose, I'm hoping not, because he's a bit further along in 2025. Same for Blowtorch. I think Leatherneck and Xandar, almost certainly we're going to see renders for them. Road Pig and Raptor, I think we're just going to see the figures. I don't think we're going to see renders for them at all. We might do, but they'll be shortly followed by themselves anyway. And then, of course, Frag Viper, I think, again, is a bit further along, so I don't know. Probably not. We might do, though. Hi, it's me says, hello, Chris. Could you start again? I just got here. Brilliant. That would, yeah, no. There's images of the classified display that just posted on FB, Joey. Really? Could you be more specific? Because I'll go to FB and I won't see them. I'm also going to go and have another look on X. If I just go to, I know Protoman's been taking a lot of, NECA, the NECAs. I always love seeing NECA stuff. That's really cool. I can't see anything yet for the classified display. Have they got any figures in there that we haven't seen yet? Oh, it's on the classified community FB page. I'm not in that one. Oh, check my messages. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey. If I'm not in my Full Force account, it doesn't give me anything. Oh, hot diggity dumplings. Oh, that's Super 7. That was really cool. They've got the retro carded figures up, and they've got the Dragonfly and the figures for the Dragonfly up, and they've got all the kind of latest figures out in the display. Stinger, the latest wave of the latest wave in hand of Night Creeper, Doc, Torch, etc., etc. Who actually posted these? And I'll share them, but I obviously want to credit where credit is technically due on that one. Yeah, it's all like the latest figures that we've seen, sort of thing. There's nothing in there that's obviously revealing, which obviously we didn't expect, did we? That's going to be later. That's going to be after they've done their panel or after they've revealed stuff on the live stream. But that's great. That's really cool. Thank you, Joey. Appreciate you sending me the messy images. Really appreciate you. I'm going to save all these and then post them as well, as if I've decided that, as if they're mine. I'll just say you, Joey. But oh, Brandon Wong. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I will credit Brandon 1000%. I'm going to do it now while we're on the stream because it's good for radio, that, isn't it? Especially for the people listening to this as just an audio podcast. God, it must be riveting when I start like going quiet and like. Why does anybody watch this or listen to it? I'll never know. Images from the SDCC HASBRO G.I. Joe booth and a cheeky Super 7. Brilliant. Courtesy. Yeah, that's the classic, isn't it? Courtesy of Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Is he there at the show at the moment? He must be, right? Or is he getting them sent to him? But that's wicked. Courtesy of Brandon Wong. Thank you, Brandon. That's phenomenal. Did I not save all of the... Oh, God, I swear. Why does that little saved arrow not work sometimes? Like, just stop being a D-bag. Okay, cool. I'm being proper granddad at the moment on how this works. There we go. So we've got the display, we've got the retros, and we've got the Dragonfly, and we've got Super 7. Cool. And I'll do that everywhere. But this is a bit of an insight, isn't it, on how it works? It's like, oh, it's all mysterious. Christmas have like a whole team doing. No, not even close. Just me going, oh, better post this now. I've got to go on X and do it as well, haven't I? Let's do that as well. I forgot the order I put them in last time. I think it's that way. Yeah, that way, and then that way. Bosh. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, guys. Can keep Chris on here till the leaks start dropping. Yeah, that's hilarious. I don't think yeah, it's likely that there'll be leaks for other things, though. That you're kind of right on that. There's probably going to be leaks for like other figures that might be dropping. I don't, like I said, I think they keep quite a tight lid on the HasLab usually, so it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see anything of that, but we do see, Road Pig, or we see, Raptor or something like that. I could definitely see that happening. What was I doing? That, then that, then that, then that, and then that. Damn it. Is that really annoying? I can't duplicate that in this little thing, can I? I have to do it on the... Sorry, it's what's the word? Frustrating. No, it is Instagram being really weird. You know how like it doesn't allow you to, like, one image, if you have multiple images with Instagram, the first image you choose and then do the rest, it keeps the same ratio, like the format. So you can't have like different shapes and size images. It's really annoying. That really messes me up. Okay, I think I'm more or less sorted for that, though. No, I'm not. How am I going to get all this in? I'm just doing that. I can't be bothered. There we go. Paste. This is why it also this is why it also takes ages for me to post anything. Isn't it annoying? God, I've just annoyed myself. going through that process. I don't know. You guys must be absolutely livid having put yourselves through that. Right. Is Footloose a good dancer, Yojo OC? I'm going to say yes. I've actually seen Footloose dance in the Sunbow cartoon, and I'm sure it was like something like this. It wasn't as good as I'm making out at the moment. Steps Toys, yes. The Sarge has also revealed that he's going to be doing something special with the Hasbro booth during SDCC as well, and I think the Triple T crossover is almost certain to happen. I'm not going to Comic Con, no, at all. I'm literally just doing everything from where I am in my house. How many audio views do you get on these podcasts? I don't know, Stan. I haven't actually checked for years. I put it on the audio podcast because I know people specifically who listen to it, like on streaming platforms, specific platforms when they're driving and stuff like that. So, or like just doing things, they prefer to just have it as audio podcasts. So I kind of do it for like the few people. One of them being Daryl DePriest, by the way. Shout out Daryl. He absolutely, loves listening rather than looking at my face. Bit sad, bit of a shame that. Sorry, but yeah, I mainly do it because Daryl wants it on audio. Get your grape soda and donuts ready. Yes, Carl, indeed. Chris showing how the sausage is made. Yeah, the sausage showing you how the sausage is made there, Steps Toys. Joey says, yes, someone posted a portion of the NECA display and they had a bunch of figures hidden by a black cloth. Interesting. I'm sure that's like impenetrable to get around as well, isn't it? White says, late to the show, I just saw 30 Baroness label on Facebook. Yes. That was an image that came out quite early on, actually. We looked at it at the beginning of the show it's on the slideshow. Hot diggity dumplings, Americanized, are we? Yes. I don't know. Dumplings are from the UK as well, Brian. Hot diggity is probably not, but dumplings most certainly are from the UK as well. We have dumplings. A Warthog Marauders version with rolling tracks and floats. Wow, HoloNet 1. I would take that as a HasLab in a heartbeat. I hope Footloose gets a stoned AF head. Yes, Steps. So he's definitely, yeah. If you go by, I'll save that for the class. Let's talk Classified Footloose episode because we talk about that, and I will be talking about that in detail. Jada Street Fighter display, T-Hawk and Balrog, amazing. Yes, Ionic Blood 666. I just saw that as I was scrolling through looking for the other images. I did clock that, and I was like, that's awesome. It's kind of technically G.I. Joe related because obviously, the Street Fighter 2 crossover in the 90s. So I kind of see those figures as effectively basically classified figures. Which is incorrect, but still fun to imagine them like that. Just having this is going to be all night now, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this stream to a close. I'm going to wish everyone a very happy. Well, there you go. There's Daltone and Saw Viper finally. So I think we might see these figures in display is what I was going to get at. So I think we might see these two on display. But anyway, that's all I'm saying. Right. So on that note, like I said, I'm going to go and chill out now and just share loads of images as they come through. Then, of course, tomorrow is going to be absolute bedlam. 10 a.m. We've got the Walmart Night Force Falcon and Quarrel 2-pack going up for pre-order. Get on it. It'll be on Hasbro Pulse as well, don't forget. Small quantities, all that good stuff, usual crap. Probably premium members as well. Then it's 11 o'clock and it will be the live stream. And again, I will have been so unproductive up to that point at work. It won't even be funny. Sorry in advance to everyone at work. So that will be like, stop the presses. Stop talking to me. I don't care what's happening. That could be on fire. I have to watch this for exactly however long it's on for. Then following that, I'll have to get back to work, but I'll be periodically checking in on the show floor and, seeing what images are being kind of thrown around and share them myself. Then I'll get home. We'll do the live stream, the first live stream, and we'll talk about the kind of like the initial the live stream, the all the stuff that's happened during the day so far. Then I'll have a break, probably eat. You guys can go do whatever you need to do. And then the panel comes around about 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. And I'll get all comfy, watch that, take some screenshots, and maybe, probably, almost certainly go live following that. But won't be a long one, Kitty said. I mean, the panel might be. That's another thing I hadn't thought of. They can sometimes drag on a bit. I know they have like set times, so because she rushed it last time, didn't she, Emily? She had to rush it right at the end, and we didn't really get, well, that was SDCC, wasn't it? Was it MCM? Anyway, they had to rush it at the end on one of them, and I think it was MCM. Hopefully that won't happen this time. And I kind of hope it is, succinct and 45 to an hour, whatever, but I really don't want to be up all night doing blooming live streams. So that one I'll try and keep as brief as possible. And then the next day we'll do a recap in the evening of the day. And then on Saturday we'll have the weekly in the morning, where we'll talk about what's, everything, because there's going to be so much to talk about. And then in the evening, I'll do a recap of the day's events again on Saturday evening. And depending on what happens on Sunday, possibly a recap on Sunday as well. Okay. I'm calling it a night. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, after 3, thanks for watching and all that good stuff. After 3, you know what to do. Okay, unless there's any more questions I have to answer, I'm just going to quickly look. Okay, good. After 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Full force. Oh, tomorrow's going to be insane. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/TheFullForce. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well, @TheFullForce Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.